What if you could walk on the lot every morning with total confidence, knowing every feature, every option, and every detail that sets your vehicle apart? What if you can make your customers feel truly understood? So every question you ask builds trust, and every answer you give moves them closer to a yes. You don't have to be a walking encyclopedia. You don't have to memorize every page of the brochure. And you don't have to interrogate customers or make them feel like they're just another deal. Today, you will discover how to master product knowledge so you become the go-to expert, and how to use powerful relational discovery questions to uncover what really matters to your customers. We'll use real-world strategies so you're not just learning theory, you're learning what works on the floor every day. Let's help you become the most valuable resource your customers have ever met. Hey guys, I know a lot of you have been wanting to get to the next level. What I want you to do right now is text me. This is my personal cell. All you have to do is text me who you are and what you need help with to get to the next level. So go ahead, text me right now, 205-952-6224, and I will help you crush it. As well, I got a bonus for you. Scan this QR code and get into our free community and unlock some courses for you as well. Let's crush it together, and let's get back to the video. Let's kick this off with a little simple truth. Knowledge equals credibility. If you want to be seen as a true professional, the one clients trust, listen to, and buy from, you've got to know your stuff inside and out. When you're the expert, you don't just answer questions, you inspire confidence. People feel it. They know you're the real deal. So how do you get there? Here's how I do it, and how I want you to start doing it today. First, know your inventory. First, walk your lot every single day. Don't just rely on what the computer says. Get your eyes on the vehicles. Know what you have, where it's parked, what's coming in next week, and what's moving fast. Be the person who can say, yeah, we just got a new shipment of the 2025s, and they're right over here. That level of awareness sets you apart. Get to know the models, the trims, and every little feature that sets one apart from another. Don't just memorize the brochure. Find out what's not in there. What does this model do better? What's the story behind that new trim? If you can explain what the brochure doesn't, you're saving your customer time and making yourself valuable. Learn the numbers, horsepower, towing capacity, miles per gallon, battery range, engine options, drive types like 4x4, all-wheel drive, or hybrid. But don't just memorize specs for the sake of sounding smart. Practice explaining them in plain English. If your customer's a family, talk about safety features and space. If they're a commuter, highlight fuel economy and tech. If they're an enthusiast, go deep on performance. Being able to explain it so they can understand it at their level is important. That's how you move from a walking brochure to a trusted advisor. Next, I want you to understand your customer's hot buttons. See, every customer's got their own set of priorities: safety, technology, fuel economy, style, whatever it is. Your job is to figure out what matters most to them, and then tie your product's features directly to those hot buttons. People buy an emotion tied to what's important in their world. If you can connect the dots for them, you're not just selling a car, you're solving a problem. Now, don't just know your own lineup. Study the other brands too. Know where your car wins and where it doesn't. Be honest about the differences, because your customers are comparing. They're doing their homework, and they'll respect you more if you're upfront about where you shine and where you might not. Be ready to win that conversation with integrity. The more you know, the more confidence you bring to every conversation. And confidence is contagious. When you're the expert, you don't just sell, you lead. You build trust, and you make it easy for people to say yes to you. That's how you build a legendary reputation, one conversation at a time. Finally, I want you to make sure you understand your vehicle's infotainment technology. See, tech is a huge selling point these days. Learn how to demonstrate the infotainment system, driver assistance features, and any apps or connectivity options. Learn to recognize the difference between images and where they're located. You'll look like the expert, even if you've never been in that vehicle before. Practice until you can show off the tech with confidence, and you'll instantly set yourself apart. Now that you've got the knowledge down, it's time to practice putting it all together, especially in your walk around. This is where you move from being just knowledgeable to being the professional who actually brings the vehicle to life for your client. Don't just stand there and rattle off specs. Make it an experience. Open the doors, pop the hood, show the trunk, and invite your client to get hands-on. Let them sit in the driver's seat, feel the steering wheel, and imagine themselves behind the wheel. Every step is a chance to build emotion and value. Tell stories about how a feature makes life easier, safer, and more fun. Ask questions. Can you see your family loading up for a road trip in here? Or, how would this tech make you commute better? This is where the majority of the sale is made. So practice building the emotion and value. Don't rush it. Make it memorable. Now make sure you also understand their trade-in. See, trade-ins can be the key to closing the deal. Know how the values are calculated and be ready to explain and justify the numbers. Walk your client through the process so they feel informed and respected. When you can break down the math and explain the why, you build trust and make it easier for them to move forward. Now, don't forget about the warranty and service plans. See, don't just know the details, believe in them. Plant the seed for the finance manager early. Say things like, most of my clients choose to protect their purchase and have peace of mind. I even do it on all of my vehicles. When you genuinely believe in the value, your clients will feel it, and they'll be more likely to say yes. You also want to learn the financing options. Know the difference between financing, leasing, and different payment structures. Your job isn't just to sell the car, it's to make it affordable and stress-free. When you can explain options clearly and confidently, you're making it easy for your client to say yes, and you're positioning yourself as a true advisor. So put all this together and practice it. Run through your walk around, your tech demo, your trade-in explanation, and your financing pitch until it feels natural. The more you practice, the more confident you'll be. And the more confident you are, the more your clients will trust you. That's how you move from just having product knowledge to actually being the trusted expert. Someone people want to buy from again and again. Practice like it matters, because it does. Here's how you can deliver that message in your authentic, detailed, spoken style. So which part of product knowledge do you want to master next? Now let's bring it back to the foundation. Knowledge equals credibility. The more you know, the more your clients trust you, and the more you sell. It's that simple. When you can answer questions without hesitation, break down features in plain English, and help your client see exactly how your product fits their needs, you're not just another salesperson, you're the trusted expert in their room. People want to buy from someone who knows their stuff, who can guide them, and who has their best interest in mind. Every bit of knowledge you stack about your inventory, the tech, the warranties, and the competition builds your confidence, and confidence is contagious. When you know your product inside and out, you don't just inspire trust, you make your clients feel comfortable, understood, and excited to do business with you. So keep sharpening your knowledge every day. Walk the lot, study the specs, practice your demos, and learn the competition. The more you know, the more you'll sell. That's how you go from being average to being the one everyone wants to work with. So keep stacking that knowledge and let your credibility do the heavy lifting. Let me bring it home for you. Knowledge equals credibility. The more you know, the more your clients trust you, and the more you sell. It's that simple. When you walk the lot, when you know every trim, when you can break down a feature in plain English or answer a tough question without hesitation, you're not just selling, you're leading. Confidence comes from preparation, and clients feel it. They want to buy from the person who knows their stuff and has their back. So keep stacking your knowledge, keep sharpening your skills, and watch how quickly trust grows. And your results will follow. The best in this business never stop learning, and that's why they never stop winning. Let's go deep on the most important part of any sale, discovering what your customer truly wants and needs. These aren't just random questions, and this isn't about running down a checklist. Every question you ask is a tool, an opportunity to step into your customer's world, to see what drives them, what excites them, and what keeps them up at night. The best salespeople don't just ask questions, they listen. They listen with intention, with curiosity, and with the goal of understanding, not just responding. Every answer your customer gives is a clue, a piece of the puzzle, and when you put it together, it shows you exactly how to serve them the best. It's not about gathering data for the sake of it. It's about building a relationship. When you listen closely, you pick up on the dreams behind the purchase, the pain points they're trying to solve, and the priorities that matter most. Maybe it's safety for their family. Maybe it's style. Maybe it's saving on fuel. Or maybe it's just the thrill of something new. When you know what's really at stake for them, you can tailor your entire presentation to fit their world. And here's the secret. The best in the business file away every answer. They remember the details. So when it comes time to present, to negotiate, or to close, they can bring those details back and prove they were listening all along. So don't treat discovery like a box to check. Treat it as your chance to build a real connection. Be the person who listens, who cares, and who remembers. That's how you turn a prospect into a client, and a client into a raving fan. That's how you become legendary. So when you're discovering what matters most to your customer, what's your biggest opportunity for growth? Now let's break down each discovery question, why it matters, and how you actually use the info. Remember, you don't always use it right away. The real professionals file it away and pull it out at the right moment to move the deal forward and build real trust. How will you be titling your next vehicle? You're going to get the name, address, and contact info here. This isn't just about paperwork. When you ask them for the name and how they'll be titling the car, you make the conversation personal from the jump. You're showing them, hey, this isn't about you. It's not just another transaction. You don't have to jump on this info right away. File it away. Later, when you need to confirm details or show you were paying attention, you're ready and you've already built rapport. What has you looking for a new car today? And what would you like to accomplish? This sets the tone for the whole conversation. You're not just asking what they want to buy, you're getting to their purpose, their motivation, their why. When you ask what they'd like to accomplish, you're making it clear. You're here to help them achieve their goal, not just hit your own quota. Now listen closely and file away their answer. If they say, I want something safer for my family, that's gold from when you're presenting safety features or closing the deal. Don't pitch right now. Just listen and store it. If you could have the perfect car, what would it look like? This is where you get them dreaming. People buy the dream, not the product. Let them talk, let them imagine. The more details they share, the more emotionally invested they become. Don't judge or limit their vision. Just understand it. File away every detail, color, trim, features, feeling. Later you can connect those dots to your inventory or even plant seeds for options they hadn't even considered. Do you prefer new or pre-owned vehicles? This narrows your search and aligns with their mindset. If they say pre-owned, focus on value and reliability. If they say new, they want the latest and the greatest. Don't jump in with a pitch, just note it. And tailor your presentation when the time is right. What is one thing you absolutely can't compromise on your next car? This is the key to the sale. They're non-negotiable. Maybe it's third row seating. Maybe it's all-wheel drive. Maybe it's a certain color or tech feature. Whatever it is, this is the anchor for your recommendations. File it away, and when you present your vehicle, you can say, this one checks your non-negotiable box. That's powerful. So which discovery question do you think will have the biggest impact on your next client's conversation? Now let's continue further into some more questions. Next one is, are you replacing a vehicle or adding one to your family? This gives you insight into their situation. If they're replacing a vehicle, they'll likely have a trade-in. If they're adding, maybe they're expanding their family or business. Don't push for trade details now, just note it. When it's time to talk numbers, you'll already know where they're coming from. Next one is, what's been your biggest frustration with your current car? This is where you find the pain point. Maybe it's reliability, comfort, or outdated tech. You're not just solving a problem, you're showing empathy. File this info away. When you're presenting a vehicle that solves that problem, you can say, remember how you said your old car was always breaking down? This model has the best reliability scores in its class. Now you're their hero. Another question is, what do you use your car for the most? This tells you what features to highlight. If they're commuting, take fuel economy and comfort. If they're hauling kids, talk space and safety. You're not just selling a car, you're solving their daily problems. File away the answers and use it to tailor your walkaround, your demo, and your close. Next question is, what did you love or hate about your last car buying experience? This is about trust. If they hated feeling pressured, you know to be extra patient. If they loved a certain part of the process, you can replicate it. File away the feedback and use it to avoid pitfalls and build rapport. Another one is, do you plan to finance, lease, or pay cash? This isn't just about payment, it's about deal structure. You're not asking what they can afford, you're asking how they want to own their vehicle. File this info for later, so when the time comes, you can present options that match their comfort zone without even making it about payment. Next one is, how important is warranty coverage to you? This helps you position extended warranties or certified pre-owned options. If they say it's important, lean into peace of mind. If not, don't oversell it. File it away and bring it up when it's time to talk protection and value. Another question is, who else will be involved in the decision-making process? You're not just asking for the sake of it, you're identifying influencers and decision makers. If it's a spouse or parent, involve them early. File it away, and when you're ready to close, you can say, would it help to have your spouse here so you both feel great about the decision? Another question is there anything holding you back from making a decision today? You're not trying to pressure. They might mention timing, needing more info, or waiting on something. This prepares you to handle objections before they derail the sale. File it away, and when you sense hesitation, you can bring it back. Earlier, you mentioned wanting to think it over. What can I clarify to make this feel right for you? Remember, every answer is a tool. The best salespeople listen, store the details, and use them at just the right moment to build trust, overcome objections, and close the deal. That's how you move from transactional to transformational. So which of these deeper discovery questions do you think will help you connect with your next client the most? So let's zoom out and look at the big picture here. You'll notice never once did I ask, what do you want your payment to be? And there's a reason for that. If you make the whole conversation about payment, you're putting yourself in a box. Suddenly, you're the adversary if you go even $1 outside their stated budget. The conversation gets tense and you're fighting uphill. But if you keep the focus on what they truly want and need, if you're dialed in on their dream, their non-negotiables, their pain points, and you present the perfect fit, even if it's a little outside of what they originally expected to spend, something amazing happens. People will find a way to pay more for what they truly want and need. They'll stretch the budget for the right solution because you're not selling, you're serving. Your job isn't to be the bad guy or the gatekeeper of their wallet. Your job is to be their consultant, their guide, the one who listens, understands, and helps them win. You discover what matters. You file it away, and you use it at the right moment, not to pressure, but to serve. That's why needs discovery is about building a real relationship, not just checking a box on a worksheet. Ask the right questions, listen with intention, and pay attention to what matters most. When you use that information at the right time, whether you're presenting, negotiating, or closing, you'll always be seen as their advocate, their trusted advisor, not just another salesperson. That's how you build trust, create value, and make the sale feel easy. You serve first, and the results follow. So keep the focus on the client, not the payment, and let your reputation as the go-to professional speak for itself. Guide, never their adversary. So here's your challenge, and I want you to take it seriously if you're ready to level up. Master your product knowledge. Don't just know the basics, know the details, the features, the tech, and the competition. Be the expert your customers can trust, the one who never gets stumped and always has the right answer. When you're confident in your knowledge, your clients will feel it, and they'll trust you to guide them. Ask better questions. Go beyond the surface. Make every customer feel truly seen, heard, and valued. Dig into their why, their dreams, their frustrations, and their non-negotiables. Show them you care enough to listen, and you'll stand out from every other salesperson they've ever met. The secret is the more you know and the more you care, the more you'll sell. Guaranteed. People buy from people they trust, and trust is built on expertise and genuine connection. So what's one thing you'll study? Or one question you'll ask on your very next up? Don't just think about it. Write it down, commit to it, and put it into action today. Take action now, and let's keep building your reputation as the go-to professional in your dealership. Every customer, every conversation, every day. Stack those wins and watch your results and your confidence soar.